Welcome guys, this is Claudette with Miss Puff Creative Corner, and today I'm going to be putting together a tag made out of fabric. So if you're interested in seeing that, please do stay tuned. Okay, so I'm going to be using these clickable stamps. So these clickable stamps I got from Michaels, and I had a 40% off coupon. They had uppercase and lowercase, and I got the lowercase, and they had two fonts. I got the one that looked more cursive. So you get a total of 48 individual stamps. So you get 44 letters and 44 blanks. These are beautiful because you could stock them horizontally or vertically, and you could make words as well as phrases. So that's pretty cool. I saw these over on Linda's DIY by Design YouTube channel, and she inspired me to create this beautiful tag. So go ahead and check out her channel, and I am going to try them today for the first time. So now on these, the only thing I wish they had 3 of each letter and more of the vowels especially, but if you look, they only have like 1 J, 1 K, and what else? They have 1 U, 1 V, 1 W, 1 X, and 1 Z. I'm going to play with it a little bit. If I like it, I probably would invest in another set. I like how the small cases look. So, but let's just play around with this and see if I like it. So you just have to be careful with this, that because one of the rubber letters popped out, but it was easy to pop back in. But they are so small, you could easily lose them. So I have to find like a little case to hold these in. So pretty much what you do is you break it apart and you snap them back together with whatever word or phrase you want to create. So when it comes to having one set of the clickable stamps, just think about simple words like peaceful, joyful, peace, those kind of words that you could make because you only have one stamp set. So if you get more than one set, you could create phrases and words without having to break it down. So it's nice to have the words already set in the order that you would like it. You just create your tags and stamp, stamp, stamp. Before I stamp on my actual projects, I'm going to test to see how they stamp out with Tim Holtz Distress ink as well as my Memento black ink. So I'm going to stamp on white cardstock and see how it looks. Okay, so I'm going to be using some linen fabric that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I just eyeballed it and I cut a rectangle piece, and actually is measuring 1 3/8 by 3 1/4. Then I put it on top of some batting, and I just cut the batting out just a little larger than the fabric. So we're going to go ahead and sew those two pieces together, and I'm using a dark brown thread to sew those. And I'm just using a single stitch, and I am going to do 2 rounds of stitching and just make a rectangle outline here on my machine. This is my first ever fabric tag that I'm creating. The next time what I'm going to do is cut 2 of the fabric pieces out and sandwich the batting in between so I could have fabric to the front as well as the back. I think it'll last a little longer because with this particular tag, I just left the batting kind of bare in the back. And the batting is very soft like cotton, so it's easily ripped up. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and use this tag on top of a project so the back side where the batting is would be protected. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and try this clickable stamp. So I went ahead and created the words joyful and peace, and I am going to use Vintage Photo Distress Oxide by Tim Holtz, and I also have a brown marker just for backup, just in case it doesn't come out good. You could always stamp on your fabric first before you stitch your fabric pieces together, but in this case I want to see my outline. I want to see exactly where I want to place my word. So I went ahead and stitched first and then stamped. Now after I stamped, I noticed that I got a little outline around the wording, and that's due because of the batting, the extra cushion that's there, and the pressure that I had to put down to get the word to stamp out. If you stamp before you put your fabric together, you could probably avoid getting that line outlined around your wording, but I like it. I think it goes with the vintage look. Another thing you could do to avoid the outline is after you ink up your stamp, just clean the ink off the edges to avoid that outline. But I do have some individual stamps that I usually use for cases like this. The clickable stamp is nice. You don't have to search in your stamp set to find the exact words that you would like and exactly which stamp set had which single word you would like. You could create it. The only thing with using the clickable stamps is that you just have that one font. You don't get to use the variation of cute little fonts that your stamp sets may have. To pull this tag together, I'm going to add a ribbon, and I created this ribbon using some red and white gingham fabric that I got from Hobby Lobby. I cut a strip down to 1/4 inch by 14 inches. I run some stitching along the edges with my sewing machine, and I created the bow. I also tea-dyed this. So I just clipped off a piece of greenery from a wreath that I got from the Dollar Tree. Also, the Dollar Tree has a glitter drape that you could use for batting if you don't have batting in your stash. It's very thin, so you just want to double up on that to make it a little thicker. I'm going to flop the greenery with some white acrylic paint so we could make it look like snow. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this tag together. After I embellish my little bow, I am going to attach it to the tag, the fabric tag. You could opt to use a garment pin to pin it on together, but I'm going to go ahead and tack it on with needle and thread. I'm also going to create a loop for my tag with some jute rope, and I am going to go ahead and tack all that down with needle and thread. You could also use some hot glue instead of needle and thread. Now what I'm going to do is add a little bit of Fabrifix glue to anchor down the ribbon in a crinkle motion. So if you guys are getting any creative value from today's video, please go ahead and smash that like button down below. That would be greatly appreciated. If you guys are new to my channel and you like these kind of videos, please consider hitting the subscribe button as well as the bell icon so you can be notified when I upload my latest videos. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is Claudette, and I'll catch you guys on that next video.